Xander Winkle with the MCPL Culinary Center. And I'm here with Brandon Simpson with Jazzy B's Food Truck and Restaurant. Thank you so much for joining us in our kitchen today.
Thank you for having me. It's great
man.
to be here in this new facility. It looks beautiful.
It's got that new kitchen smell.
Yes.
Oh, it's fantastic. And we are excited to have folks come in here. So we're giving you a little sneak peek video of the space and a little demo of a recipe. So, Brandon, what are we making today?
Today, we're going to start out just in some of the things I do. It's one of the recipes that I kind of created and I just played around with. It's a strawberry ginger barbecue sauce.
Oh, sounds delicious.
Yeah. And then we'll top that off here in a little bit with just a regular burger with the barbecue sauce on top of it.
Oh, excellent. All right, what's our first step?
Yeah, all good. So our first step is we're going to get some strawberries and ginger and reduce that down into some sugars. Okay. So what I'm gonna have you do is go ahead and turn the induction on. I'm gonna finish up with some of these strawberries and get them in there. And that way they can start reducing. Now we'll probably add a little bit more sugars for the reduction side of it. And then we'll go from there. So I'm gonna have you throw those strawberries in. And then we're gonna get a little bit of this ginger.
And look at this excellent knife skill technique.
I don't know about that.
No, but that's perfect. And that's something too that we want to be able to, that's a question that we get a lot is, hey, are you going to have knife skills classes? And 50% of the time it's for the person asking and 50% it's like, yeah, I got a family member, a friend.
Right. All right. So we have some ginger.
Excellent.
We're going to throw that in there. We're going to let that reduce a little bit more. We're going to throw a little bit of brown sugar in there. All right. Go with that. Give it a little bit of sweetness. Help break down the strawberries. We'll blend those up. Right?
Yes.
And being that this is really only my second time making this thing, it's just one of those things that's been every once in a while I'll go to sleep at night and while I'm sleeping I'll have these little dreams and what weird things can I put together? What things can I mesh? And so we work our way through the process, throughout the nights on that.
I expect nothing less from you than that doesn't surprise me. You've never told me this before, but for you to say, Xander, I've got barbecue dreams.
Right?
Regular barbecue dreams. I'm like, that makes sense. That makes absolute sense.
No doubt. No doubt. So while that's going though, we could go ahead and get some of the base of the barbecue sauce going, right?
All right.
And really it's pretty simple. There's a lot of different ways to make a barbecue sauce, right? With this one, we start out with a ketchup base.
Simple enough. And
a lot of people know I don't really like serving ketchup. This is the only ketchup that I really serve, but I reconstruct it.
About how much ketchup are we adding here?
Well, right now, because this is a small batch, we are adding about 3 cups of ketchup.
Okay.
Yeah. It's about 3 cups of ketchup. What we're going to do is go ahead and add in some apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
Right?
Add that acid in there.
Yep. Get that acid in there. Loosen it up a little bit. And that's about a half a cup.
A half cup of the apple cider vinegar.
For right now. Right? And then we're going to take a little bit of Dijon mustard.
Excellent.
Now for me, I like Dijon just because it gives more seeds on the, it's a little bit more bite to it. That's a little bit more bite than regular mustard seed.
Because normally you could just use a regular mustard.
Yeah. All right. So basically what we're doing is loosening up that ketchup, that watery tomato sauce. Or sugar, what I call it, sugary tomato sauce. That's what I call it. That's what I call ketchup.
It's just pre-barbecue sauce. Right?
Yeah. It's not good for anything else. Just to make barbecue sauce, that's all right. But as you can see, it's a lot looser. So we'll let that sit for right now until we get some heat behind it.
Okay.
Right? And how we looking over there? Are we breaking down a little bit?
We're getting close. Some of these strawberries are getting, we've got a little bit. Some of these are getting pretty loose, but some of them need a little bit more time.
All right. So I'll ask you, man, with this new facility, it looks awesome. How do you like it? What are you guys planning?
So we're getting this kitchen ready for the public. Like I said, today we're doing some videos because we can give that sneak peek.
Right.
But eventually we'll want to invite customers into this space. So what you can't see behind us is the tables and the seating area and the power for folks that they can come in here, and while you're showing how to make the barbecue sauce, they're actually making it. Well, as we're speaking of, this is starting.
Now we're starting to sizzle.
Now we're cooking.
Yeah.
So customers can come in. They can actually. Sometimes maybe it's just a demo. Chef is showing exactly what to do. Here's the steps. Here's the instructions and the recipes. You can take it home and try it. But let's get a little tasting. But we can also do some hands-on programming depending on what we're actually cooking that day. So you're doing it right here. And of course, we've got the camera set up. You're watching us right now on your device, and we can have more programs like this where we're cooking it, but maybe you're cooking it at home in your own kitchen at the same time. So we've got that versatility in the space here that we can, however you want to receive that information, we want to be able to provide it to you.
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Now that reduction is going to take a little bit, but the heat in there basically is softening up the strawberries is what we're shooting for in that. Also to soften up that ginger just a little bit. Like ginger's, it's a root, so it's going
to take a little bit of time.
Right. So just that hard fast it's okay. A little bit of bubbles. You just don't want that sugars to start crystallizing.
Yeah,
that's the key.
Chewy.
Right?
We're not.
Yeah. But when we start making the sauce, it'll even out. With this one, this time, we're going to also add in some strawberry jam, just to give a list again of what we're going to end up having. So
we're doubling up on strawberry.
We're doubling up on strawberry.
We got the fresh strawberries.
Yes, sir.
To make sure that we've got that,
sir.
Fresh strawberry flavor.
Some molasses is going to go in.
Okay.
That's just to thicken her back up with a sweetness, right? Some liquid smoke. We're going to add in some more brown sugar. And a little bit more vinegar. So,
okay, you mentioned liquid smoke. I've heard. There's opinions on liquid smoke.
Yes.
What's your opinion on liquid smoke?
So a lot of people say it's cheating, and I agree. But when you're making barbecue sauce, it's hard to put that much sauce on the smoker to get it infused, right? So every day off my smoker, I have a ton of liquid smoke dripping off. I just don't catch it all, right? But so I'm okay with it when you're doing a sauce. Now, or you use it like a Worcestershire sauce. You use it a little bit because it can be very...
A lot of smoke flavor,
so
you just want to be careful. But it's, like you were saying, it is, like that liquid smoke is coming. It's the same particulates. It's the same kind of stuff that you have from actually putting the thing in the smoker and collecting that
Correct.
flavor.
It's a good part. I use it all the time for that, just the sauce. Now, with any marinades or anything like that, I don't. That's just me because I'm a stick burner, so we put everything on the smoker, right? Fruits and everything goes on the smoker.
I love it.
The smoker is just another cooking apparatus to make things happen, right? Instead of heat induction like here, right? Or you're using the gas, we use wood.
Got the love it. And like when you're by the restaurant, you can smell it miles away.
Yes.
Some smells good.
Yeah. Let your nose follow you there. All right, so now that the strawberries are a little bit, they're softer, they're mushy, now we're going to puree them. Get
them in the blender here.
Yes, we're going to get those in the blender. Sometimes I wait for, like when I do my blueberries, I wait for them to cool down a little bit, but we're going to, see that?
All right, I did it. 100% of our combination into the device here.
No drip.
Right, get that on there nice and snug.
Now this thing's a little fancy for me, but I like it.
Let's see. Get that on there. Turn it on. Now, what setting? Do we really want to emulsify this? Do we want to pulse it?
Let's go smoothie.
All right.
So now I think we should be good. It's broken down just enough. It's pretty liquidy. Excellent. But the flavors are there. So now let's make the barbecue sauce. So what we're going to do now, we're going to take our little mix of ketchup. On the better side of things.
Yeah, let's get this going.
Better side of things. What we're going to do, now we're going to bring this ketchup mix base, right? We're going to warm that up. We're going to bring that.
Check this again.
Yep. So now, let that start warming up.
Especially.
Yes. Okay. Now we can add this.
I put it on there too tight.
Too tight. That's a good suction on that thing. Ooh, look at that steam there. I like that.
Excellent. All right, so we're going to mix that into here.
Oh, smell that. Smell that. Sugars, ginger, strawberry.
Oh, that smells excellent.
My God. Go ahead and pour that in.
All right. Oh, it's got that lovely strawberry, kind of dark pink color to it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right.
It's smelling delightful. And like I was talking about before, soon enough when we're open, we can have folks in here enjoying these smells with us.
Make it happen. Yes. So now, I'm going to have you add in
molasses.
A cup of molasses.
All right, this whole thing.
Now about a half of that.
Half of this, okay.
And stir that as you're going in with it.
That's about what we want. All right.
Yeah.
Stir that in there.
Uh-huh.
And it should be getting like a little bubbly, little foamy, right? We're at the right temperature.
The foam is really coming from. I'm going to have you add in half of that honey. So it's about a quarter cup of honey.
Quarter cup of honey, all right. Got that in there.
There we go.
That is smelling great, looking good.
Now, as you see, the color's changing a little bit now, right? With that molasses going in there.
Starting to look more like barbecue sauce.
Okay, there it is. This is going to be one of the sweeter ones because on the back end, when we make this, the burgers, we're going to add a little bit of jalapeno, do a little bit of strawberry jalapeno.
So we want a sweeter sauce to counteract. We got the jalapenos in there. It's going to be a little bit spicy. Okay, so we add all this brown sugar in there.
Sir.
Excellent.
Yes, sir.
this in there.
Do you want the whisk, or do you want to keep using that?
Oh, give me the whisk. That's what we want.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that'll make sure we've got all of the brown sugar clumps all smoothed out in there.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Got to make sure we're using the right tool for the job.
This is a smaller batch. We don't want it too smoky, but you want to add that smoke flavor in there.
It's like we're talking about. That can be a little overpowering.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
A little bit goes a long way. And now again, okay, so we can see now we're getting that nice barbecue sauce color and consistency.
Mm-hmm.
And now with the sweet agents along with the strawberry, it's getting real close. Oh, and we still have the
jam.
The jam.
Now you have to be careful with adding the jam because that might take it over the top and being sweet, but this is also going to thicken her up.
Tell me about like how you got into cooking. Like, why do you love barbecue? What's the Jazzy B origin story?
So, the Jazzy B's origin story. The concept, I've been cooking forever. I first started with a cherry pie, cooking it with my grandmother. And, I was young, didn't even matter whether it was good, but doing the lattices, we did it all from scratch. And then everybody had a slice and they were like, oh, it's the best cherry pie. But I mean, it was real simple, right? It was the most simple cherry pie, but that got me the bug, right? After that, I just been cooking over the years, and it all of a sudden came down to, in my latter years, what do you want to do? And because food was that universal thing that I've seen over the years, that with my family and all my friends and getting together, was that one thing that everybody had fun doing, right? Food is that universal language. So I dug deep into it over the years, and one thing led to another, and I decided to open up a food truck, right? Years ago. And the concept, though, of Jazzy B's it's really just part of, I like to jazz up what people think regular cuisine is all about. Mm-hmm. Being from Kansas City, obviously barbecue is the #1 staple that we have, right? It used to be steaks back in the day with the stockyards and all that good stuff, but nowadays they come to Kansas City for barbecue. But I wanted to jump a little bit past that, just a meat and bread, because it's so much to do with the proteins, right? Every nationality, every ethnic background uses beef, pork, fish, chicken. It's all of those. And so, but everybody cooks it, prepares it a little bit different.
You've got some variety. You can, like you said, jazz it up a little.
Yeah, jazz the dish up. So I like to bring those familiarities to barbecue, and the key is, as long as you start with a good base product, and that's the smoked meats, right? Everything else falls into place. So that's kind of how we got started, and then getting into it even more. Just once I figured out that there's education behind it. There's not many that are still stick burners like we are. So being a true pit master makes a huge difference, right? So you have that angle. You also have the angle of the mixology, of just creating things off of others, like a ginger, using ginger, like real ginger, not just powdered ginger. Those things make a difference when it's based in. So.
Because you're having those barbecue dreams, and you're like, wait, what if I also do this?
See how it works.
Just let us know. Come on to the test kitchen.
That's how we do it, right? The kitchen is the best place just to play around, right? There's so many things that can be done. So now let's turn that down just a smidge so we can get rid of those bubbles. We're getting a little, yeah. Sugars are crystallizing. So Heck yeah.
It's looking good.
It is.
Now, Brandon, do you still make the apple pie? Do you still have the recipe?
I don't, because I do have the crust recipe, and that was the biggest thing. It's a very flaky crust that we made, and so I do have that. But just over the years, it's just been. I love getting in the kitchen. You know, they always say, your mom always says, stop playing with your food when you're eating dinner. You know, I don't think my mom says that anymore. I think she says, go ahead, man. You can play with your food.
You've made it now. You got arrested. You've earned this. Play away.
Yes. So it's one of those things, though, man. Again, food is that thing that brings everybody together. And you can do whatever with it, obviously. And based on this place, I would love to come play from time to time.
We would love to have you.
You know what I mean? Let's try something different. But that's what I did with the food truck as well. I use all my customers throughout traveling all over Kansas City as my guinea pigs for different things that I wanted to experiment with. So I'd go to a different event and offer some crazy menu item.
Something different, yeah.
Yeah, and I would still have the staples, but we're going to offer this. How well does it sell? Right? And that was the market research.
Yep.
And then it just grew from there. Then you get more creative and you're like, let's try this.
They got customers waiting on it like, all right, what's next?
Right?
What do you got? What has been the last dream?
So the last dream, there's, as you know, like I've been doing a lot of fruit smoking and things of that nature. So now it's really getting to a heavier fruit. I'm trying to work something pineapple-ish in with a burger, and then also possibly with some tacos. So like now with the restaurant now, I have to think 3-4 months ahead. And so what dishes are we going to play with and try to kick it up a notch? So right now it's pineapple-ish, maybe even going a little bit more seafood.
All right.
So
what else do we got with the sauce?
At this point in time, let's let it cool down. We should be good. And from there, now while that's cooling down, we can start in on prepping a burger.
All right, so we got the sauce complete. This is excellent.
Well, let's give her a taste. Let's see
okay.
How she goes. Again, she might be kind of hot. So.
Thank you. After you, sir.
Yeah, I'll let you know if it's. If this is a little water. Ooh. Now, so what you see, it's a little thin, but it also still coats. It still coats. So consider a good sauce. Oh, shoot.
That's the reaction you want.
Sweet and vinegary. Right?
That's good. That is good.
Now, I'm not getting as much ginger, but we probably could have put a little bit of more ginger in there, but.
So depending on, if you're making this at home,
right.
You really want that strawberry, you want to cut back the sweetness, you can modify this a little bit to get exactly what you want.
Yes. Yeah. So tell me, how will people know when to come so they can come and either teach or where they can come in and take these classes or come see the facilities?
Absolutely. So yeah, anybody that's interested, if you've got a culinary talent that you'd be interested in doing a class, contact us. You can get a hold of us at culinary@mymcpl.org, or come stop by the Green Hills Library branch here. Come talk with us. Now, if you're wanting to take some of the classes, they will be posted onto our website. So there is a sub-site. If you go to mymcpl.org, you go to the Culinary Center, and we have those classes posted. You can register right there. Right now, all of our classes are completely free. We just ask that you register for them, and we'll see you there.
That's pretty cool, man. That's good stuff.
All right, Brandon, this is delicious. how can folks get connected with you, with the restaurant, with what you got going on?
So we just opened up. We've been open up for 2 months now. We're in Lee Summit still. You can hit us on our website, which is jazzybeesdiner.com. You can hit us on Facebook. We're always on there doing live videos for our music, for any time that we're having an event. And that is Jazzy Bees, and on Facebook and Jazzy BS1 when it's on Instagram. But at all times, just drive out to Lee Summit and come see us and try out some good barbecue. Come break bread with our family. You know, that's our main motto, and that's what we try to do. You know what I mean? So bring fun to the family, to the whole eating experience. So definitely. Now, what about you guys? What's next? How can these folks get in touch and come out to be in person, to smell the sauce?
Oh, yes. Okay, so if you just want to attend one of our programs here in person, we will have those online. So if you go to mymcpl.org, click on the Culinary Center, we'll have those classes posted there when we've got them. If you are interested in joining Brandon to teach a class, if you want to be here to share your expertise, please reach out as well or stop by the Green Hills Library Center. We'd love to chat with you. So thank you all so much for joining us today. Thank you, Brandon.
No
and
problem.
we'll be seeing each other more for some more exciting, whatever culinary barbecue dreams you got cooking up. Let me know. We can do something fun here.
Sounds good, man. Appreciate it.